Welcome back everyone to another trade recap video. Today I took one trade and one winning trade. I did call out two trades on stream, so we're going to talk about that. There was over 100 people in the live stream, so shout out to everybody that was there. If you do want to join the free Discord and join the free streams, click the link in the description, one of the top links, and let's get on with this trade recap. So I was super bullish going into today. And the reason for this is very simple. We are sitting at all-time highs. We had a new week opening gap above to fill as well. Just remove everything so we can do fresh analysis. You can see we have all-time highs resting above right there. On top of this, we left a new week opening gap on Sunday when price reopened. And this was the new week opening gap high that we had not yet filled. So another strong draw above there. On top of that, we were delivering off of this bullish gap after we gapped down. So we're delivering nicely out of here. So I was more than happy to see price continue and this to push us back up to all-time highs. And to top it all off, we had a 9:30 wick at the highs. We also had a data high, but that got swept straight at market open. And we left a 9:30 wick at the highs. So that was a nice draw on liquidity for me coming into this session. So if we play to the 15-minute time frame, you can see here that we had this 30-minute fair value gap. We tapped into this 30-minute fair value gap, so this made for potential good long positions. But if you check the 5-minute time frame right here, I don't know why my indicator's not working, but anyway, we had perfect equal lows at the lows here. So I wanted to see this get manipulated. Okay, there we go. Before taking a long position. As you can see, we had a potential 1-minute fair value gap here. I enter based off of inversion fair value gaps, but mainly trade based off of liquidity. So if this inverts, this would have been good, but we had these 15-minute equal lows resting below, as well as an unfilled 15-minute fair value gap, as you can see right here. So what I had drawn up was this 15-minute gap and the equal lows, and I wanted to see these manipulated for price to then continue higher to my external draws on liquidity. If TradingView decides to load, right, here we go. So you can see that we eventually came down, swept out these equal lows that I had marked out. We delivered from that 15-minute fair value gap that was unfilled. On top of this, if we look at the current price range, we are in discount of the current price range from this obvious swing low to this obvious swing high. And we left behind a 1-minute fair value gap. Now, this was a lot more obvious on the 30-second, but it was perfectly valid on the 1-minute as well. We got a nice, strong displacement candle through this 1-minute fair value gap, which happened right here. And this was very basic for me today. It's a Monday, and I was more than happy for the 1 hour. I scale at 1 hour anyway, that is a fixed rule of mine, but we had this super obvious high inside of a fair value gap that was formed when we eventually distributed to these equal lows. So this was left behind, super nice draw, 1-to-1 risk to reward, one candle, and boom. So that hit straight away there. Now, great setup there. It happened very quick. So if you didn't catch that, then obviously I stop after one win for the day. So people may have still been open to another trade. So obviously I continue on stream. I alert good setups. Statistically, 70 to 80% of the setups that I take / alert will play out. Some of them won't. And today we had a very good setup fail to play out, which is absolutely fine. It's part of the edge. It's just very unfortunate for the people in the stream who obviously missed this first trade, which is at a more discounted price and obviously a much better trade to take than the one that's higher up. But I did call this higher up setup out. I thought it was still A+. Great trade to take still. And there was the 2-minute candle close. So I called out the entry here. Stop loss resting at the low of this 1-minute order block. So really nice place to have a hard stop there. And TP at the 9:30 wick at least, and then obviously if you want to target higher or leave runners, you can. Everybody in the Discord manages the trade slightly different, but this was the trade I called out. And of course, break even, there's no swing high point until here, and we shouldn't really reject until there either. So that was my break even for this trade. As you can see, price started to dump, so this trade was actually a statistical loss. Absolutely fine loss to take. As I said, if I hadn't got in here, I would have taken this myself. It was a great loss. If you took this yourself, have absolutely no regrets. I still think this was a good loss. We had draws above. We're at all-time highs. This trade should play out more often than not. But of course, when we have that entry that's at a more discounted price, you've got a much better risk to reward, and you also will have a higher win rate because you're entering into longs in discount. So that's basically all you need to know about premium discount. Just make sure you are entering in as discounted price as possible. Well, that's pretty much all I've got to cover for today. We had very, very snaky price action after these two setups occurred. We never really got anything super clean. One thing I do want to cover actually is I was ready to take this short, and you might be thinking, why on earth would you short all-time highs? But we had data low below here. We had another low rested below, so we had low resistance lows below, and we had just swept out the data high. But not only that, we respected this wick absolutely perfectly when we came back up to potentially distribute higher straight away. We got this inversion right here, but instead we just respected this wick and started continuing to the downside. This was a very bearish sign for me. So I was happy to take this short to the data low, and unfortunately the candle close was just terrible, and I needed a 1R or at least a 0.8R to that data low, and we never got anything near that. So unfortunately I didn't get the candle close, which could give me a 1R for this trade. So I unfortunately had to fade this. I thought this was the highest probability trade of the day because I know how often these data lows and data highs get hit in the same day. But unfortunately the risk reward wasn't there for me, so it would have not even been in my rules to take that trade. But it's all good because I'd still banked the 1R afterwards. And yeah, like I said, absolutely nothing really to talk about after that. We did start dumping towards the end of the day, and as you can see, price is selling off massively, which I don't mind because trading at all-time highs is quite difficult. So I wouldn't mind a nice healthy pullback to bring us a bit lower in this range. Obviously, we're still super, super high, but it would be nice to see a decent sized pullback this week. And of course, I'm always flexible with my bias. For example, if we inverse this 4-hour gap, or these combined 4-hour gaps, I'll be more than open to taking shorts in tomorrow's session to take us down to this next level of sell-side liquidity and potentially a pullback. So good job today. If you stayed disciplined and followed your rules, it does not matter if you took both those trades, one of those trades, if you're green or red. The main thing is, did you follow your rules and make sure you were disciplined today? That's the main thing. So like I said, make sure to join my Discord. I do free streams every single Monday. You can get involved in them. And check out the live streams for every single day of the week. If you are interested in trading live with me, I'll see all of you guys inside of there, and make sure to drop a sub so you do not miss out on more free educational content here on my YouTube.